Oh yeah, pipe smokers, yeah. So it's a gorgeous Sunday outside. It's the 27th of April. And, you know, I still have almost a full bowl of Black Irish Twist in my Gilson pipe here. And I have, um, you saw the hockey puck that I pulled out, that it pressed. Oh my gosh. And so I've got, you know, that in there. And yeah, so I'm going to load a second bowl up with this wonderful blend that I made. It's falling apart in my hands, kind of a crumble cake. Yeah, so we're gonna take a little bit of that and we're gonna rub it out, and it's really kind of more like Seattle Pipe Club plum pudding. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. So yeah, it's our Sunday night smoke together. Yeah, and yeah. Today is my first wife's birthday. I married her in 1984. And she's 61 today. Yeah. So we'll be right back. So grab your favorite pipe, grab your favorite blend, and grab your favorite beverage. What a gorgeous day it is here. Oh, yeah. So we have Pabst Blue Ribbon here on a Sunday afternoon, some PBR. Yeah. Let's crack that open thing. There's no better sound than this, other than when you put your meat in your woman and she goes, oh. Well, okay, I'm a guy, all right? When I put my meat in my woman, I like to hear, oh, it's too big. This is going to hurt. Okay, baby, I'll take it slow. Probably shouldn't be saying this, but makes for good entertainment, doesn't it? Cheers. Yeah, so you still have the Gilson pipe with some Black Irish Twist in it. And then we have, oh yeah, a Sterling Hall pipe, which one of my mates gifted to me. Yeah, and we took that hockey puck I showed you in last night's video, and we chopped it down, and yeah, it's all in there, nice bourbon. Very similar to Seattle Club bourbon blend, whatever it's called. You guys get it, all right? So, yeah. Well, let's set the Black Irish Twist on fire first. Oh, man. Oh. Barbecue is all I taste. This smells like burnt meat. Yeah, so, this afternoon, went out, had a smoke with my landlord, and I was like, hey, man, he's like, oh, I got to finish off the front yard, mowing it. And then I said, hey, man, your tractor has a fuel leak, so, he's like, what? I said, well, it's developed a fuel leak, so, where the fuel line is, you got to clamp it, you know. Otherwise, you could fill it up with 2 gallons and, mow the lawn, use a half a gallon, and all of a sudden, there's nothing left in that. I said, I just want to let you know all the secrets of the tractor, because I've been mowing the lawn for like 7 years now. All right. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, well, I got to mow the backyard. And I was like, well, man, every spring around this time of year, I said, oh, man, there's a ton of branches blown down in the backyard. I said, before you mow that, you're going to have to pick that up. She says, yeah, I know. And I said, well, why don't we do it together? I'll help you out. And most people would say, why would you do that? The guy gave you 60 days notice to get out. He didn't ask me to get out for non-payment or anything like that. He's had some family changes. He's got to move people in here, apparently. And why would you do that? And I asked myself, what would Jesus do? I said, what would Jesus do? Jesus, and he is not my enemy, but, I look at him as a friend. He just had to make some choices, which is ultimately going to benefit me because I'm buying a new house, which is going to be great. So I said, yeah, I'll go back, I'll help you. So I helped him. Actually, I went out back and worked for, I don't know, maybe a half hour. It wasn't very long. I've done this once or twice before. So I picked up branches and stuff like that, and, that blow down from the trees over the winter and fall. Yeah, threw them on the burn pile. I think that was the right thing to do. And he said, thank you. And he was genuine about it. And I was genuine about what I did. I think it's good to treat people good. Many people would say, oh, you only gave you 60 days to get out, blah, blah, blah. He's bad. He's not bad. All right, he's not bad. That's the time he asked for me to get out. And so I just did what Jesus would do, and we worked together and cleaned up the backyard, kind of a spring cleaning type of thing. And he thanked me. And, I didn't do it for any extra time here or any of that stuff. That's what I do every spring, here. And I've done it for many years. And it was enjoyable. He's a fair guy. He's a hard ass, but he's fair. And, let's leave it at that. So on Friday, The FHA guy that works for the bank went over and did the appraisal. And I'm just praying that the appraisal will exceed my offer on the value of the house. I'm praying that it's going to all go smooth and that he's not going to have a huge grocery list of stuff that needs to be done. That's the way FHA works. They, an FHA loan, they go in there and they pick the house apart. So we'll see. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to let fear hold me hostage. So yeah. So today is my first wife's 61st birthday. And I tried calling her on the phone. She didn't answer. And then I texted her. And maybe I'm repeating myself. I don't know. A couple of years ago, she was like, do you know anybody that can trim my bushes and remove all the stuff off the side of my house and, weeds and all that stuff? I said, yeah, I do. Yeah. How much is he? I said, he's free. Really? Who is that? I said, me. I said, I'll come over. I got all the tools to do it, and so I did. And I made her house look great on the outside, trimmed all the bushes, blah, 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 blah. And she actually came down and she worked with me. And she was very thankful. And I was thankful to be able to really help her out. Not many ex-husbands would do that. In fact, I can't think of any. But, I married her. I made a commitment before God to her. It didn't work out. And I won't tell you the reasons. It's nobody's business. It's between her and I. And so we got divorced, and we had 3 children together. 2 sons and a daughter, and then we lost 2 of those sons, and we still have a daughter together. So we've shared some pain together. So, so I just went over there and did what I do. I know how to do that stuff, and I don't know. I guess you'd call it just being a good baby mama's father, even though my kids weren't babies, 2 of them were dead. I guess you'd just call it whatever you want to call it, And so I did that. We had a great day together. Yeah. I don't know. I've done things for both my ex-wives. And I think it's important for men to realize that, okay, if you have an ex-wife and you have children with her, I think it's very important And especially, if you have a new partner or a new wife, you got to tell her, hey, you know what? This is the way it is. I have an ex-wife that I have children with. I will always love her. You got to tell her this before you marry her, right? I will always love her. But I will not love her as a wife. I will always love her, though, as my children's mother. And that is something that you're going to have to deal with. And if you can't, we can't be together. And any woman with a sane mind would say, oh, I think that's so sweet. Look, I'm not going to be over fucking my freaking ex-wife or anything like that. But if she needs something, that's my kid's mom. And I will be there for her. Anybody see a problem with that? I don't. I married that woman before. I made a commitment to that woman before God. We're divorced, whatever. She's not my wife anymore. She's still my children's mother. I will always look out for her. And why would a man do that? A man would do that. A real man would do that because he loves his children. And his children love their mother. There's always going to be that connection there. That's never going to change. So anyone, that I chooses a partner in the future, anyone I get married to in the future, they're going to have to understand that. And my second wife, she really understood that. She understood that my first wife was what I described, my kid's mom. And my second wife even looked out for her. She knew she was important to me. Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to burn this, man. We're going to take this, my best imitation of Seattle Pipe Club plum pudding, bourbon barrel aged. Let's taste it. Yeah. Smile on my face says everything. Yeah. Man. Wow. It tastes just like Seattle Pipe Club plum pudding. It's good. is so good. Anyways, I'm Paul the Pipe Guy. I gotta order dinner off of DoorDash tonight and way overpay for something. Probably regret it in the morning, but that's all right. Geez, look at that. A little blonde streak coming down. Anyways, thanks for watching. I love y'all. Thank you for subscribing. Please pray that my loan on my house is going to get approved, and I will get a commitment letter. Please pray I'm going to get that commitment letter and own that house. Please pray for me. I'm begging you. Paul the Pipe Guy, over and out.